Welcome to WoW 24. Holy cow, that is like nearly 6 months. So super excited to see your smiling faces and to have you beautiful friends here. And is anybody brand new to WoW? Just raise your hand so we can properly welcome you. Oh, Nancy. Wait, you don't look like. Oh, Nancy and Philomena, TLC community, Susie Q. Woohoo! Party on. This is great. Welcome, you guys. Michelle, Mickey D, is this really your first time? Okay, awesome. So excited to have you guys here today. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Tracee, and I am a health coach, personal trainer. I've been in the wellness business since 2007. And at WOW, this stands for Waves of Wellness. Essentially, we believe that it's possible to age stronger and healthier instead of sicker and weaker. And that you're not too old and it's never too late to do a 180 and change the trajectory of your health. Okay. My friend and mom, chosen mom, is Dr. Gloria. And she's a naturopath, homeopath. She's a teaching doctor. And she had a clinical practice, or has, I should say, for over 40 years. She's written thousands of articles and, for different health magazines. She's traveled across the world lecturing. So we are so honored to be able to have her as a co-host for WOW, because she just brings so much knowledge to the table. And normally she's kind of my sidekick, but today she is hosting or like interviewing me. Okay, so we're going to talk, thanks to Christine, we're going to talk about all things about fitness and strength and stuff. But first, we've already covered over 23 topics in WOW. Okay, we've had healthy habits recommended for every one of them, because the goal here is to just stack habits on top of each other so that they become rituals and that you can just do them on autopilot without even thinking about it, like brushing your teeth. Okay, so super duper important to help support the quantum twine wave effect, as well as the technology that's coming. We want to create this foundation so when we get on the other side of our blessing, then we have this maintenance mode. Okay, so who here would like to share a new testimonial of something you've adopted for WOW, a new healthy habit that you've created in your life, and want to share and encourage others to do the same? Please raise your hand so I can unmute you, and then you can inspire our new friends today. Don't make me call on you. Thank you, Cheryl.
So I've been so intrigued by, everything that's been shared in WoW. It's kind of been overwhelming because I can't even begin to incorporate all the wonderful things. But anyway, one thing that I've really, because I had it and I haven't used it, actually even put it together, was I have one of those little hand wand mixers, and I've been using it to create the water that's, structured. And that was really a neat experience. And I've got a cobalt glass that I'm using for my water and trying to keep things hydrated, because I've never been a good water drinker. So, I still haven't reached the gallon a day, but I'm trying.
Good for you.
Thanks.
That's awesome. Hydration is key. We are water beings living on a water planet. That should tell you how important water is, right? So thank you so much, Cheryl. Okay, Steph.
I have incorporated one meal at least a week of the selections of what from Wild Can't Cook into my routine.
Woohoo! Thank you.
Um,
And thank you for saying that.
yeah, this is very, I mean, I've enjoyed it. My sister have enjoyed it. My brother has enjoyed it. My niece has enjoyed it. They're cooking them at their homes too, so we're good.
Awesome stuff. And then we have, so next Monday is our introductory. Everything's going to get announced on Friday, but we have a new show that Dr. Gloria is leading, and it's called Wow, You Can Cook. And it is going to be an interactive show where we're all going to be cooking together. So it's going to be super fun. And the intro class is next Monday, and then it's going to be the first Monday of the month. So Friday we'll have the announcement in the newsletter. Okay, Linda.
Was going to purchase the 100 billion probiotics. They were on sale and they were sold out. If I had been able to do that, I would have incorporated 26 of the practices and or elements that you guys have suggested. So the last time I counted, it was 25. And I made the list, but it may be more, I don't know, but nonetheless, I wanted to start at the high probiotic and then work my way down every 30 days. And so I said, no, I don't want the 10. No, I don't want the 50. I have to wait until they restock. So
Good for you. That's
my
amazing,
story.
Linda. Holy cow. That's a lot of healthy habits. No wonder you're glowing today. Thank you, Linda. Okay, the
You're
other
welcome.
Linda, who I am going to owe a big thing of gratitude to for helping me so much.
You're welcome. It's really fun. I have changed my diet to no refined sugar at all. Gluten free for the most part. I slip up once in a while. Use hydrogen peroxide in all my brushes for my face and for my teeth. And I got a new stainless steel oven that Dr. Gloria suggested, and no microwave anymore. That was kind of a fluke because I burnt up a brush in my microwave by accident. but I tried to clean it up, but the smell wouldn't come out. So I thought, the heck with this, I'll just get one of those ovens. So maybe it was a mistake, maybe it wasn't. I also have used a lot of new supplements that I didn't previously use, and there's a lot of other things too from the cooking that I've tried. So yeah, it's great. I've started a lot of new habits.
Awesome. You rock. Thank you, Linda.
Well,
Okay, we have two more, Sue and then Christine.
I've incorporated a couple, one of which was when you were talking about the herbs in which you make your tea with the clove and the cinnamon sticks. So I've incorporated both. Every day I either make cinnamon or clove or a combination of, and then I'll sip on that all day instead of just plain water. The other thing is the avocado oil in exchange for olive oil for some of the cooking.
Good. Yeah, that's important. And thank you for doing that. It's funny because, you never know who's listening to what you say. And my middle son now is like anti seed oils, anti canola, all of that stuff. Now he's like at that age that he's listening. And so just keep on keeping on, and people are going to be inspired by your actions. So cool. Thank you so much, Sue. All right. Dean's going to be our caboose.
After the fasting show where we talked about 14 hours, I started paying attention to how far from my dinner to my breakfast I was, and I was easily hitting 12 hours. And I thought, you know what, a couple days a week I'm going to just make sure I get those extra 2 hours in, so I get twice a week reset. So thank you for giving me the extra boost and the information.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, fasting does good things depending on your goals. So awesome. All right. So I love hearing your voices, and I really want to hear them today. Okay. So what we're going to do to start off is we're going to do this meditation. And I am going to do a screen share. And so I'm going to make sure everybody's muted. And let me find the video.
Don't forget your devices in your hand with your hands
Oh
up.
yeah, hold your devices in your hand if you have them. I always put my thumb over the cue. I don't know why,
Yeah.
just one of my little mudras.
Yeah.
And let me share my screen.
And hands up, palms up if you want to receive the healing frequencies, and hands down if you choose not to. Don't forget that.
Thank you. Okay, share sound, Chrome. And I'll give you guys the link to this so that you can use it another time, okay? Go ahead and put it full screen. All right, let's begin.
This meditation is being created in spiral time, so that all listeners to this recording will reap the benefits of this now moment. In the space where you are now, designate a corner as we intend for that area to be a transit portal point.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt this. I'm starting over because the goal here is to stare into this frequency. Okay, if you're not comfortable doing that, you can close your eyes, but you will get benefit from staring at this video as well. Okay. Okay, sorry. We'll do it again. 4 minutes.
This meditation is being created in spiral time, so that all listeners to this recording will reap the benefits of this now moment. In the space where you are now, designate a corner as we intend for that area to be a transit portal point where all the energies that are no longer.
Is there supposed to be a video, Tracee?
Yeah, something happened. I don't know what. Gosh darn it.
It could be your internet, because you know how sometimes it's slow.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be.
Not sharing your screen.
Can you see it?
No, we can't see
No.
anything. We just see the regular Zoom meeting. There's no screen sharing.
This meditation is being.
There it is.
Oh, you don't see a. Do you see the video?
Yes.
No.
I see the video.
Tracee, I see your video also.
Let me just shut off WhatsApp because I think that was the interferer. Somebody sent me a message and I think it messed it up. So we're going to try one more time. Third time's a charm, right? Okay, let me close this because it happened right when somebody messaged me. Okay, let's try it again. Palms up.
Created in spiral time, so that all listeners to this recording will reap the benefits of this now moment. In the space where you are now, designate a corner as we intend for that area to be a transit portal point where all the energies that are no longer welcomed may exit out on behalf of yourself and the entire group as we unite into one quantum field. All the incohesive energies, all the energetic chaos within our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies exit out now. We are in a safe and sacred container. As we join together in one quantum field, we set our group intention of clearing all unconscious, subconsciousness, and conscious energies, vibrations, frequencies, and energetic signatures that no longer serve our highest and best good, that no longer support our joy, wellness, and peace. We take a deep inhaling breath in and out, releasing all the energies of the day that are not in alignment with this now moment as we connect into our inner core self and feel the energies of the quantum twine wave moving throughout our individual bodies. As we change our focus out into the group, creating one field of quantum energies of pure healing potential with the eternal living light. The quantum wave transmits these healing frequencies by our intention of healing, by the love of ourselves, our group, our fellow humans, and our Creator. Let's sit in this energy for a moment, feeling the sensations, directing the energies specifically to the areas that you intended to focus on today. Releasing any energetic blocks, areas of discomfort, areas where your biology is in conflict with itself, are all melting away and into wellness within your being. Allow. 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 Breathe in the quantum twine wave healing energies as they permeate throughout your physical body. Let's bring the energies down through the crown. The sensations moving slowly down through your central channel from the top of your head. Into your brain, the pineal, pituitary, hypothalamus. Focusing on your outer and inner vision. Releasing all resistance to seeing the truth of who you are. Into the brainstem that has the role of regulating both our respiratory and heart systems along with the heart and breathing rate. into the lungs, centering into your heart. The nutrients and oxygen-rich blood traveling through your arteries, veins, and capillaries and into all of your cells, expanding your heart, loving yourself, and feeling the gift of our breath of life. At peace with oneself. The liver and gallbladder releasing the emotions of anger that the liver holds onto so dearly, which cannot reside in these quantum frequencies of love. The pancreas, spleen, and stomach. The inverse, transverse, and descending colon carrying away all the metabolic waste and debris. Releasing all. Releasing into our kidneys, which serves as a filter of our blood, diverting the water-soluble waste into our bladder, our urinary tract. The quantum wave is moving into our hips, which act as a foundation for our physical dark matter bodies. Continuing to feel the quantum wave moving down into your thighs, your knees, ankles, and feet, releasing all that does not support you in this now moment. Surrounding yourself with the quantum wave energies. Bring the energies back to your personal healing intention. Feeling the energy moving throughout this area. Visualizing the dead, accumulated stagnant chi being released as you now see that area functioning in whole. Bring yourself back fully into the body, disengaging from the group field, expand your personal field. Now in celebration of your life, you are joyful, healthy, and whole in the true state of your being.
Wonderful. So Cynthia made that. And now just feel that vibration, that love, that frequency envelop everywhere within you. And now be ready to receive. Okay, thank you. All right, so Gloria, do you want to ask me questions or how do you want to do this?
I think I'd like to ask our members, first of all, who had a real profound feeling with that? Because I didn't have one that was profound when we did it the other two times. Right now, it was like my whole arm had electricity going through it where I was holding the device. Can somebody quickly just give Tracee and I a little bit of a report of what you felt? I mean, this was pretty dramatic today. The other two times it wasn't. Can you chime in, or Tracee, they raise their hand?
Yeah, did anybody have an experience with that video? Just curious.
No, a real profound experience. Okay. So
Wait,
we decided that today.
iPhone
was that?
7. Elise,
I'm sorry, it took me a minute to find my hand. I have to choose a little icon down there. I felt it in both of my hands, and every time you mentioned a part of the body, the tingling went down in there too. I didn't want it to end, actually. Thank you for that.
good. I'll share it out with you guys so you guys can play it on your own too, okay?
Good. That's great.
All right. Awesome. Who's next? Kathy.
Kathy. You're muted, hon.
This meditation.
Whoops, sorry. I was trying to find the link so I could see you guys. Okay, go ahead.
Gloria, when you mentioned the electricity in your arm, I felt electricity all across the shoulder blades and down both my arms. And I'm having trouble with carpal tunnel in my hands. So that's impressive to me. So
that's impressive. Were you holding your device? Do you have a white device?
Yes, I was relaxed and holding my device just barely in the fingertips of my hands, and both of my hands were up to receive. So
wonderful. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay, Simone.
Well, I felt a tingling in my hands because I had it on my hands, and my pain in the neck is completely gone.
Woohoo!
Wow.
I had the heavy herxing. It's gone.
Yeah. And so how long have you had the herxing?
Oh, it's been on and off for 3-4 weeks now.
And today, right now, it went away.
And right now, it just it's like I still feel it here a little bit, but it's like dissipating. It's like it's vanishing. It might.
Can I use an example? Is it like it lifted? Did you feel like it lifted out of your body? I
No,
don't want
it's
to
more
put
like
words in your mouth,
dissipating,
but
like
that's
vanishing. It's like softening and leaving the body.
wow. See how powerful we
Thank
all are
you.
when we work together? Amazing. Thank you, Simone. Okay, Tracee, do you want to? We have one
Okay.
more. We have Cheryl.
Cheryl, go ahead.
I just, it was really wonderful for me. I came down with shingles the 2nd of January, and I've still been suffering some pain. And with this meditation, I have just the black devices, and I had one in each hand. But honestly, when I was sitting there, I just didn't experience any pain whatsoever. So it was like
Wow.
not even noticing it. So it was definitely effective. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's
So
cool.
that
I
just
love
proves
that way.
that when we all work together with the energy, we can direct it. And that's what we want to find out. That's what we all want to experience.
And I see a beautiful woman here that her name says on here iPhone 7. Do you want to
Boy, I
talk?
don't
I'm
see
trying
that.
to unmute you. You have to unmute yourself. my
Okay,
dear.
thank you, Tracee. I'm Sarah.
Sarah.
And
Okay, nice.
yeah, this is the first time I'm joining the WoW. And I think it's the first time that I've had the experience of being connected to the HHS with my device, with all of you. And I was charging my phone, jumped on the call, and then I heard we were going into the meditation, and I picked up the device, sat down as Gloria was saying what to do, and it was as if it was like effervescence. I felt like effervescence, all like just like bubbling all around me. It was, I don't know if you've ever stood in front of a big amethyst cave, the ones that are filled with the amethyst spot,
Yeah.
crystals, but it gives that effervescent feeling. It's like just like a cleansing, a refreshing. It was beautiful, and I'm still feeling it, and it's just throughout my body. So yummy.
Wow. Wow. Sarah, thank you. That's
Yeah,
amazing,
thank you.
Tracee.
Yeah,
Yes. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So do you want me
awesome.
to start interviewing you now, dear heart?
Yep. Let's do it.
Okay, so we turned the table. She's always interviewing me and everybody else on WoW. So today I'm going to ask Tracee some questions that all of you submitted to Tracee, and then I'm going to interject with a few of my own.
Well, can you start with just like an overview? Because I have some stuff that I want to talk about before answering those questions.
Okay, well then go ahead with your what you want to talk about first then.
Okay. So the thing is, you guys, is that it's really difficult to change oftentimes, but there's two great quotes I want to share with you. One of them is that nothing happens, okay, until the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of change. Let that sink in for a minute. Like, what is that tipping point that you said enough is enough? Something's got to change. Like, I just can't like this anymore. A lot of us have had those moments. And another one is excuses are like armpits. Everyone has two of them and they both stink. And it's just, as a trainer and a health coach, I've heard them all. I have heard every excuse. I've heard everything. But when you really, really, really want something, it is a priority. It is on top of your to-do list. And it doesn't matter what it is, but that's what it is. So the goal here is shifting your perspective. So you go from commitment, from compliance to commitment, from, oh, I have to do this because I know I should and I know it's good for me, to I want to do this. Like carpe diem, seize the day. And that is one thing I'm hoping to inspire you with, is that draw that line in the sand and decide that you are going to age stronger. Now, I saw somebody posted in the chatty chat about, I'm not going to age. Well, Dr. Alfredo has said we are going to age. However, we are going to have 30-year-old cells one of these days, and then it's going to continue on. But the thing is that you can have young people that are very, very weak, and you can have old people, I'm just saying in the number of years, that are very, very strong. Okay. Age is just a number, but you can change the hands of time. And I'm going to show you 3 people who I admire who've done that. Okay. First of all, we have Joan. Now, Joan was
Wow.
weight, as you can see. Her daughter was a personal trainer. And one day, Joan just had enough. And her daughter started working her through exercise. And she was in her 70s when she started. Okay.
That's
And
amazing.
right? Does she look amazing?
Oh,
And then
yeah.
Ernestine Shepherd, she started lifting weights in her 50s and now she's in her mid 80s. This one I love, Willie Murphy. This lady started lifting weights when she was 73 with 5 pounds, 5-pound dumbbells. Fast forward to when she was 77, she could deadlift 220, twice her body weight. Okay.
Wow.
Now, I have no desire to be a bodybuilder or to, get all ripped and all that, because honestly, I don't think it's healthy. However, it's important to be strong because you want to be independent for the rest of your life. You don't want people to have to, help you carry this or whatever. So getting stronger, aging stronger is the key words here that I like. Helps you maintain your independence. It will reduce any health risks, and you just enjoy a better quality of life. And one thing is that so many people, they live too short and they die too long. So what does that mean? It means that they live, like really, really live for a short time. And then they're popping pills for symptoms and they have these aches and pains and they live a sedentary lifestyle because of it. And they become unsocial because they just don't feel like going anywhere and they're tired. You don't have to live like that. Okay, so the goal here is to help you live with energy and vitality so that you can enjoy those moments in your life. Okay, and you don't have to you don't have to age that way. My mom is aging that way. She barely ever wants to get out of her bathrobe. It's horrible to see. She's only 80 years old. Now, my mother-in-law is 89 and she wakes up every day. She puts on her makeup, does her hair, and she'll even just go to the store just to go do something. Okay. So the goal here is for you to cultivate a life that's not just longer, but more fulfilling. Okay. We want to include all of that. And so we're going to talk about like fitness. Okay. That's like one of my passions. And also mental fitness. Like I use this software called Brain HQ. And my goal is to use it every day, every morning. And it helps it's like you use these like puzzles online, but it helps improve your cognitive function, your like all these different factors. Okay. So you can check that out. It's just really cool, Brain HQ. So another thing is social. Being strong helps you, like physically strong. Like if you were to guess, is it easier to be stronger physically or stronger mentally? I feel like it's easier to be strong physically because when you're strong physically, you become strong mentally. Whereas to try to start with the mentally, you're like peeling all the layers of the onion. Like we all have stuff that is, weighing us down on the emotional, mental side. So I think getting a strong body helps you be strong emotionally and strong mentally. And of course, we have brilliant programs such as Key and Vibe Tribe that help you do that. Okay. So I think I've covered most of my notes. There's a lot more, but go ahead, Gloria. I really want to cover well, actually, there's 5 components of fitness. And I love when people say they're walking, because walking is great, but that covers one component. Okay. And the 5 components are cardiovascular, which is for your heart. And there's 2 different types of cardiovascular, which I've covered plenty of times. There's strength training, which, speaks for itself. There's mobility, flexibility, and balance. And you need them all. Okay? Because without one of them, you're going to be prone to injury. So, and let me just tell you, there's so many benefits of doing this. Like, I've already covered it, but we're talking even immune function. We say life in your years, not just years in your life. This will help you get it all, but you must make it a priority. Okay, Gloria. So what I did is yesterday I posted a survey, and some of you guys filled it out. I'm going to go ahead and speak on, and then I also take other questions and help each individual as well. All right. Go ahead and start, Gloria. That's great.
Do you want me to just ask you the questions then that people submitted? Because one of the main ones is with the goal is to keep in shape, to get rid of saggy arms, legs, and midsection, and to have more energy. And I don't know any of us in this room that don't want the same thing. I mean, I'll be 77 in a couple of months. I don't feel 77, but you have to be emotionally, as Tracee was saying, fit, like you have to be physically fit. And when you ask, how do I stay in shape? I asked Tracee to help us with some stretches, because I know that for me, sitting at the computer as many hours as I do is not healthy, but that's just my life, which I love, and it's my passion. So I have to do stretching or I literally cramp up. Doesn't matter how many minerals or electrolytes I take. So Tracee, what stretching or what kind of movement would we do as we age in order to stay in shape and to have more energy, but at the same time, not do anything strenuous, like having to go to the gym and lift weights? What would you start somebody with, since you're a personal trainer? What would you say to somebody like me that says, okay, start me out easy, besides the chair exercises, which I love. And if you haven't seen Tracee's video, you need to look at it and follow it, because it's an amazing video on chair exercises. So what would you say?
So the first thing you want to do, honestly, is divide your days. So say that you're going to exercise 6 days a week, so you can have 1 day of rest. To begin, I would do 2 days of some sort of strength training, 2 days of some sort of cardio, and 2 days of stretching work, which would be like mobility work, yoga, or just basic stretching. And so that you would do say strength, cardio, stretch, strength, cardio, stretch. Okay. That's just the very, very basic. And the other thing the other thing I think is important is scheduling a time of day for you every day that you're going to make this your priority. So for me, it's 7 a.m. I do the primary workout at 7 a.m. And then oftentimes I'll also go to yoga later. Okay. So, but find that appointment and keep it and put it in your calendar and have it be non-negotiable, because it's that important. Okay. And another thing is, you were talking about flabby this and flabby that. There's a great saying that says biceps are made in the gym, abs are made in the kitchen. So it doesn't matter if you have a 6-pack underneath. It's what's on top. So, it's like, I'll answer that, Christine. Yes, it does matter. So you want to eat healthy, whole, clean food without spiking your blood sugar, because insulin is a fat storage hormone. And when we age, we become more insulin resistant. That means we need more insulin, so we store more fat. And it's usually right around your waist. That's why our waists, they get thicker with age. Okay, and Christine asked if it matters if it's morning or evening. So let me preface this by saying that ideally, if it works for your schedule and your, oh gosh, your circadian rhythm, it's best to do it in the morning. Because if you do it in the morning, then you boost your metabolism and it lasts longer throughout the day. So you have a higher metabolism throughout the day. Another thing is if you do it in the morning, less excuses get in the way. So if you wait till the evening, oh, something came up, I can't go. But if you do it in the morning before anything can happen, like I used to always go at 5:30 in the morning. Like I got up, got my coffee and my water, and I was out the door before looking at the computer or anything. But now I have an assistant that's in the Philippines that's been with me for 6 years. And so I work with her in the morning. But the other matter is like my husband, he is a night owl. So for him to get up in the morning, he just has to go straight to work and he doesn't have the energy to exercise. So if you're a morning person, well, for no matter what, morning is ideal. But if you're not a morning person and it just cannot work for you, then you've got to be a stickler on when you go. And here's another thing to consider is when you exercise, you raise your cortisol. In order to go to sleep, you need to have lower cortisol. Okay. So in the morning, your cortisol is naturally high, and then it gradually goes down at night, prepping you for bed, right? But if you like say do a really killer workout at a certain, like say I used to go at 5:45 at night, you know, back in the day when I was younger, and then that spikes your cortisol again. So it may make it difficult for you to go to sleep. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
That's great. That's a great analogy. So repeat one more time for all of us. Abs are made in the gym. Is that correct? Repeat that quote.
Biceps are made in the gym.
In the gym.
Abs are
Okay.
made in the
Abs
kitchen, meaning
in
you
the
are
kitchen.
what you eat.
Right. And we call that the middle age spread when we lose our waist, me included. When we lose our waist, it's the middle age spread. But there's also some things metabolically that happen. For instance, if you're sensitive to gluten and you're eating gluten, you're going to have inflammation. That inflammation can be around the middle as well. And that can make you uncomfortable to do your routine. And whether it's, you know, gentle weightlifting or chair exercises or whatever, because I know I've experienced that with patients. So be aware of your inflammation as well, so that you can keep the inflammation at bay, so that you can do some of the things that Tracee has talked about. Okay, so how do you build your leg and your core strength other than the chair exercises? That's another question. So
Okay,
if you
and also
want, if
going
you
back to what you said, I have
Mhm.
videos that you just use a stretchy band with handles. You can get them on Amazon for like 20 bucks, 30
Yeah.
bucks. There's different colors. And so there's videos on our QHS channel that you can just use that. And you can work
Right.
all your body with that. Okay, but strengthening legs, just some easy things. You can do wall sits, okay, where you just sit up against the wall and lower your booty down a little bit and make sure there's a chair close by. You can do walking lunges. You can do just air squats, or you could do squats holding weights. My favorite exercise is deadlifts. You're just like picking stuff up off the floor with a flat back. So there's all kinds of different leg exercises. You can do ankle weights and do leg extensions. But I have all kinds of videos that you guys can go through. Plus, there's so many fabulous YouTubers.
Yeah.
I try to make them very easy for you. So,
And you
but
do. Like the chair exercises are amazing. You know, I mentioned to you before that I had a lot of videos for patients that physical therapists had shared with me, and they were not as simple and as I think as concise as the one that Tracee did. I can do hers. I couldn't do a lot of the ones that the physical therapist had given out. So that's important. I want to bring something else up. You were talking about the mental fitness as well, Tracee, and aging stronger. You can use all of those videos or programs that Tracee was mentioning that's online, but there's something else that we do in body mechanics in medicine. You can do it simply like, and I do it, and it's not easy. I am very dominant right-handed. If you put your mouse on the left side for maybe a couple of hours a day, If you always answer the phone on the right side, do it on the left. You're using every part of your brain. Everything that you do one-sided, change it to the other side. And it doesn't have to be 8 or 10 hours a day. If you do it an hour a day is what the research has shown to change the dynamic of the body mechanic that you're using. So if you are always doing like me, I can't chop with the left hand. I don't dare. That would be dangerous. I am right-handed. But you do have to use both sides of the brain in order to stay healthy. And it's the same as doing puzzles. You're using a lot of parts of the brain if you're coloring. So don't think you have to go out and buy coloring books and buy programs or go online. You can do simple things. If my keyboard is in front of me, but my laptop's on the right, my big monitor in the middle, change the laptop to the left for a couple of hours, unless it drives you crazy. Do it for an hour. But those are good mental aerobics, they call it. I think I wrote that in one of my books. I don't remember, but I had diagrams showing that, and it's very important to do that. So just change things around a little. If you're always getting something on the right hand, from the right hand, change it to the left for a while so that your body understands that it has to use every part of its biological functions, not just one side. And it's hard for me because I'm very dominant right. Tracee, I think we have a question. Do you want to take questions now or not?
No, I want to, just one second, Harrison. I want to get through this spreadsheet because that's what I asked them to do. So.
Okay, so how do you gain more muscle strength? We've kind of gone through that.
Well, let me actually
increasing
give some
endurance.
specifics. Let me give some specifics with that. So there's something called a progression load. So, and time under tension. So if you're using the bands, you don't want to do like people say, oh, 3 sets of 15. Okay, that's a good starting point. But if that's easy, then that's not helping you. So what you want to do is you want to increase your load, meaning use a thicker band or a shorter band or a heavier weight. So it's harder, and then just do less reps. So for instance, this is just an example. Say if you're doing like a lightweight to warm up that muscle at 15, 15 reps is your warm up, then you get a heavier weight or a thicker band and do say 10 or 12 reps. And then you're going to do like another progressive, a heavier one again, and then maybe do like 8 reps. So you want to challenge the muscle because it will just get used. Like your body gets used to whatever you do for it, and you want to constantly change it up. All right. Otherwise, your body goes, oh, here's a great example. My husband's a really good mountain biker, like really good. And he's been mountain biking for 20 years. Last summer, I took him on a hike with me on a vacation, and he sucked wind.
It was pleasure to you. Have a great day ahead.
You too. Bye.
What happened?
I don't know. I just heard a noise. Anyway, so he was like sucking wind. Now, mind you, this man has great cardiovascular strength and endurance. Okay. But he could not hike up the mountain with me. So then he was like, I got to get this. So he just started going with me once a week. And next thing you know, now he can keep up with me. So your body will get used to whatever you do. You must mix it up frequently. Okay?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, what's next?
Do you want to take a question or do you want to go on?
Harrison, what have you got for me?
Tracee, I've got what they call a frozen shoulder, or it's got scar tissue that has gained. I can only reach to my back pocket on my right side. I can't bend my arm like I can my left to the middle of my back. And I've had therapy on it. The lady says I'm not doing any good with it, that I should maybe get surgery, but I don't want surgery. I want to be able to reuse it or gain some type of progression with it. And I do lift weights, and I can do chest compressions and stuff like that. I can hang, and that helps. But I'm wondering, is there anything I've used specific exercises that have tried to help it, but I want to know, is there something else in Pacific that could break that scar tissue up?
There's something called Graston, where you can find, like, say, a physical therapist or a chiropractors usually do it, like where they basically work down the scar tissue. It's like they scrape it essentially. It looks almost like a metal, like a comb, but it's like flat, and they work it and they scrape it. Another thing you can do is use a foam roller for a more gentle approach, something you can do at home. Or I have this other thing that's like a claw. It's called a fascia blaster, and the fascia blaster will also work like the fascia and the adhesions in your tissue, because it goes muscle, fat, fascia, skin. So the fascia is like a connective tissue. It's like a web. And so that is oftentimes becomes rigid. And so you want to break through the fascia. Now you want to do it when your body's warm. So it's good to do it like in a hot shower and have some coconut oil and put it, like, say, I don't know, just say it's right here. You get it hot and warm and you put coconut oil, and then you can use the fascia blaster or one of the devices. Yeah, the gua sha is like that is also like, it's a pink. Well, the one I have is pink. I have a couple different colors, and I think it's made of like marble, and you can break it down with that as well. But yeah, you can do that all on your own, or you can go to somebody and have them do it for you.
Now, I used to go to.
If you go to somebody, it should be somebody certified in myofascial release therapy, not just a massage therapist saying, I'm going to work on this, Arison, because that can damage the myofascial tissue. So you want to make sure you go to somebody that is a myofascial therapist, and they will use, not a Rolfer. I don't know, Tracee, have you had experience with Rolfing? Rolfing is so deep that if you have something like Arison is describing, it can actually make that scar tissue build more scar tissue. You're forcing it into the myofascial tissue, and you should never force the myofascial tissue. It is the web that holds us together. So just,
I used to go
if you can find somebody that
was
with myofascial.
Yes. And my bones would just crack. Oh, when I would do certain movement.
Sometimes it's better to do it yourself to get started, because then it's gentler and it doesn't cause so much bruising. Another thing you can do is cupping, because that will increase the blood flow to the area, and increasing circulation is good. Going from heat to ice helps increase circulation. So there's a lot of things you can do for that. Okay, I want to cover one more thing, because I know people have to dip out at noon. Some people do. So I want to cover something else really quickly before people have to leave. So something I really recommend is exercising with others. Now, depending on your age, there's senior center programs that are great. I used to teach senior aerobics, and so it's specific for you and your body, depending on your age, depending on your fitness level. But I do encourage exercise in groups with a coach, with somebody who's trained to help you prevent getting hurt. And senior programs are great. They have chair yoga. They have like aqua fitness, like to help, because some people, I saw somebody wrote to me that they cannot exercise except for in the water, but they won't put on a bathing suit. And I thought, okay, well, let's look at priorities. Do you want to be healthier and stronger? Then get rid of the ego. I quoted something recently in a video that says, ego says, oh goodness, I'm going to get this wrong. Ego says, I will find peace when all this mess is cleaned up, when all this is done. And spirit says, I will find peace and all this stuff will be done. You see the difference? One of them is you find that peace, you find that inner knowing, and that brings you on the other side. The other one is you think you got to get on the the other side of it to have this inner knowing. It's going to be in next week's hugs, and I know I said it wrong. I'm so sorry. Okay, Gloria, let's finish these questions. I just want to encourage them
Okay,
to
well,
find.
a lot of them are already answered. Ability to get up and down off the floor. You covered some of that on one of
Good.
your
I'm going to share a video.
videos.
Yeah, I have a video I pulled up just for this purpose. Okay, here we go. Share Chrome. Here it is right here. Really quick, you guys. I will share the link to this as well, okay? But it's hug day 176. So the first thing you want to do is see which quad is stronger. So you're going to have this chair here and put your right foot forward, your left foot back and out a little. So you have stability, right? You don't want them directly like you're walking on a tightrope. You want to like visualize train tracks, right? So your right foot is on one and your left foot is on another. And then you're going to test the strength of this front thigh. Which one feels stronger? Okay. Let's see. I think my left one's stronger. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend down, down, down until my knee hits the floor. And I'm holding onto the chair so I can practice this, right? And then I'm going to slide my left foot back and lean down to my hands. So this is called tabletop position. Now, if your wrists hurt, you can come up on your fist like this. That way your wrist right here is straight instead of flexed. Okay? Then what you're gonna do is bring your right hand out a little bit and your right knee in, and you're just gonna slowly roll to your side. Okay? Now you're gonna pick up whatever you need, wipe up and clean up whatever you need, and then we're gonna just simply reverse it. So you're going to use your right hand for stability, and you're going to bring your left hand out a little bit so that it stretches your gravity center point. Okay, and then roll back up onto your knees, center your knees, right? So that they are hip width and you're back into your tabletop position. Now remembering what leg's the strongest, so mine was the left, I'm going to hold on to the chair because I'm practicing. And I'm going to push off and bring my left leg forward. And then you can either hold on to the chair, or once you're confident, what you're going to do, tuck your toes behind you, okay? But instead of the chair, you can either hold on to the chair or push off on your thigh. So for the beginning practice, we're going to hold on to the chair again. And you're going to slowly, and then inch, 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 and bring your feet together, and then you can stand up. Okay? Okay, there's 3 videos that are like this. So if any of you, I made these because my mother-in-law said she spilled something in the kitchen and she couldn't get down to wipe it up. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to teach you how to do it. So I made 3 different ways. So if any of you guys have a hard time getting down, up and down off the floor, please check those out. Okay. And also there's chair exercises. So you can start with chair exercises that I made for legs, upper body, stretching, like a chair yoga type thing, so that you can, and even balance, because you must incorporate balance into your practice. So when I said 2 days strength, 2 days cardio, 2 days like balance and mobility and flexibility, practice it that way. Now, let me also cover one thing with cardiovascular fitness. This is important. Your heart is a muscle, and you must strengthen your heart. Now, when you're just walking and walking and walking and walking, that's good. But that is not going to give you the strengthening benefit for your heart. That's something that would be more challenging would do. So I really recommend finding a hill and walking up a hill. And maybe at the beginning, you can only walk up that hill for 3 minutes. That's fine. Come back down. Then turn around and walk up it again for 3 more minutes. And then come back. Just do repeaters. And maybe a week later, you can walk 5 minutes up that hill. But really, truly, hill work is what makes your heart stronger. And you can just do repeaters, up and back, up and back. And that is really good cardio. And it's better. Well, let me say, it's different than just walking in a circle or walking around the block or walking flat, because you're really working your heart. And so if you can find a hill near you somewhere, that is like my favorite way to help your heart. And that example with my husband shows you how challenging it can be to do the hill work. Okay, Jorgen, go ahead.
Tracee, I love your videos. I have seen them all, and it's getting better day for day. But the last video you show, could you do this exercise if you can't support with your hands? I can't. With my hands, I can't. My wrist, I can't support it, if you understand. So it's very. If I need to go on the floor, I need a lot of pillows, and it's. I have done it one time in 10 years. But I'm looking forward to be able. I try to train this wrist, if you can see, but I can't support my body at all. So
With
it's
either of them or just the right one?
What, please?
With either wrist or just the right one?
Both wrists. So I'm starting to train to. I can't even pull my hands up. So it's a big challenge. But
Okay, I'm gonna have to do some research on that one, my friend. Okay.
Yeah, it could be interesting.
I think that the forearm is what is recommended usually, but that's a tough one. The forearm is what is recommended to use. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
But
Kelly's agreeing with me.
so the forearm is what we normally use in yoga when we don't want to put pressure on our wrist during a plank. But I have to practice on my body to see how I would direct him to get up and down off the floor without.
Right. No, I understand.
Yeah, so I just have to play with it, and then I'll let you know, Jorgen, okay?
Thank you very much for what you have done already. Also, Dr. Gloria, I love it.
You're welcome.
What about somebody who's got terrible knees, who can't, bend at their knees and put weight on them to get up and down? What would you recommend?
Well, I have 2 other videos that are on there that are different, and I will look and see, and I guess I'll have to make another one. I have to look at those and see what to do. So we're talking about getting down and up and down off the floor, Kelly?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to get back on that one.
Because what I've done, maybe this will give you an idea. What I've done for people like that is I've moved a chair or something behind them and supported the chair, and let them almost do like a tricep dip to pull themselves up back that way into a chair.
Yeah, but then if they can't I have to figure out how they could get down onto the floor, because this whole conversation started with being able to get onto the floor. My mother-in-law was afraid that she would never be able to get back up. So I want to figure out a way to get them safely down and then reverse it to get safely back up.
Yeah, that would be a good video, Tracee.
Okay.
This has been very informative, and I think we went through, I know there's a lot of detail, but I think we went through a lot of the questions that were submitted. I think Linda's got a question or a comment.
My mother fell and she couldn't get up. But it wasn't because there was a spill. I think she tripped. But we went over that with her. If she spilled something on the floor, just to throw a towel down on top of it, and with one, hold on to whatever you needed to hold on to, and use her foot to move the towel around. There was no need to get down on the floor to wipe up a spill. That avoided that problem. Of course, tripping and falling is a whole nother story, and not being able to get up.
Well, and that's the whole goal with those videos that I made, I don't even know how long ago, but it's about so that you can take care of yourself, because that's what my mother-in-law did. And I'm like, well, that's frustrating. Like, I know that you can turn back the clock and you can do things to be stronger and work mobility. Like, here's another thing you can do for your joints. So there's something called yin yoga. And yin yoga essentially is different than regular yoga, because regular yoga is about your muscles, right? Yin yoga is all about connective tissue. And so what that does is essentially you get into a pose and you hold that pose for like 3 to 5 minutes. And that may sound easy, but it's not. Because what you're
It's
doing
not.
is essentially is creating a tourniquet effect on a joint. Okay. And then when you release the pose, you're gushing it with blood. And so that blood is healing. So yin yoga, just look on YouTube, beginning yin yoga. And then next time I do fitness videos, I can do a beginning yin yoga video. But yin yoga is great for the joints. So, and it doesn't matter, like I'm telling you, you just want to breathe through it. You don't want it to be super duper painful. You just want it to be uncomfortable. Because if it's not uncomfortable, then you're not putting enough, what is the word? You're not getting deep enough into the pose. And then you just work to breathe through it. So it's a very meditative practice. Kelly.
Is that similar to this thing I keep seeing everywhere about somatic exercises? Is that basically the same thing, or is that completely different? I haven't had a chance to look into the somatic exercises.
I don't know what somatic is, but that would sound to me like some sort of a breath work.
No, you can see people like doing these different movements, and it's supposed to help break up like all kinds of inflammatory like adhesions and stuff throughout your body. I'm gonna do some research and maybe I'll do a presentation on it when I find out more about it. Because I was like, oh, what's that? I need to look into that. I thought maybe you would know about it. So
yeah, I don't know what it is either. It's probably something new or maybe a new term for an old practice.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
I'll look into
either.
it. I'll let you guys know.
Okay, that'd be great.
Tracee, I had just recently done a Qigong exercise that's similar to what you described, the yin yoga, but the instructor also includes sound and breathing with the movements. And I'll share that with you.
Okay. Yeah. I've done Qigong, but it's never been about like getting deep into a physical pose. It's more been of an energetic movement.
This is exactly what you described with the.
Oh yeah, share it with me. I'd like to see that. I love yin yoga. My problem is my yoga studio only teaches it like at 7:30 at night, and I'm like, that's just too late for me. So, okay, so here's the goal here.
Thank you. That was great.
So the goal, your homework, is just to pick and plot your workout schedule, design it and commit to it of what you're going to do. So I'll give you an example. Monday, strength, Tuesday, cardio, Wednesday, yoga or stretching, however you want to incorporate. But that's the day you're going to do your mobility, flexibility, and balance. Now, flexibility is essentially stretching a muscle. Mobility is a range of motion, okay? So it goes through multiple joints. And balance, we know what that is. And the best way for me, I've told you guys this a long time ago, balance, brush your teeth. When you do the uppers, stand on your right foot. And when you do the lowers, stand on your left foot. That's a great way to incorporate a little bit of balance every single day. And you have your counter right there in case you're feeling unsafe. Yeah, the yin yoga is great, Magda. I love it. Jürgen, go ahead.
Just a small comment. When I have focused on all use flexibility and mobility and balance, heart training and strength. But today I was doing my balance with closed eyes. That's a big challenge.
With clothes on?
Yeah, if you do some balance, it's hard for me just to do it with my open eyes, but I saw in the telly people who have problem with the ears, with the stone in the ears. So the exercise was to close your eyes and just do balance as a lift the right foot and left foot, but with closed eyes, it's very difficult.
Yeah, I would not recommend any of you guys closing your eyes because even me, I mean, I've been doing yoga for, gosh, probably 15 years. And I'm even a yoga teacher. And when say we're up in tree pose and they say, oh, you want to make it harder, close your eyes. Well, that makes you off balance. And I would not want to recommend any of you guys do that yet. Okay. You want to be confident and masterful in what you're doing first before you try closing your eyes. I don't want to have anybody fall on my watch.
Okay, and I'd like to give a homework assignment. Let us know what you did to change the habit pattern of doing something always on one side, on the right or on the left. What are you doing differently? And how does it feel when you do it? It's usually really clumsy in the beginning, but change up your routine a little bit. Go from right to left or left to right, and let us know what you felt or what you experienced. Because then you're exercising those parts of the brain as well. Thank you, everybody. That was really good.
Okay. Well, if you guys don't have any more questions, that's your homework. Let's go ahead and close with, oh, somebody asked a question about that video. Cynthia just made that video and sent it to me. So it's the first time I've used it in a group. And so we just want feedback on it. So if you guys can send me a message on Telegram or something, just I would love feedback on it. So, all right, go ahead and bring your hands to your forehead. May you think only joyful thoughts to your lips. May you speak only kind words. And to your heart, may you show love to yourself and to all those around you. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you,
Namaste.
thank you, thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
The specific question.
Thank you, everybody.
Back, okay. All right, you
Thank
guys.
you.
Wait, what do we have next week? Hold on, let me see what we have next week so that everybody can know.
I don't have that pulled up.
I will pull it up really quick. It comes up automatically. So next week on tap. Oh, that's another thing. I'm looking for speakers. If anybody here has a special gift that they want to share with our members, please let me know because I'm filling up the calendar for April. So next week is Darlene. She's going to talk about mycelium and mushrooms. That's going to be interesting. Okay. And then we have on April 4th, we're going to have the one I was hoping to have today, but facial yoga. We have a great bunch of stuff for you guys planned. So anyway, all right, you guys have a beautiful day and I look forward to seeing you next time.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Everyone, have a beautiful day.